Welcome back to Creatrix with Jade. Today I'm going to be leading you through a gentle and simple somatic attunement practice to help you begin to deepen your communication and your language with your body's cues, your body's symptoms, your body's sensations, and the emotions and the feelings and the felt experience essentially that you have in your body. Know that everything we present with, so even, chronic illness, pain, tension, stress that's stored as weight in the body, emotion, felt experience of any kind that we feel through the body that we carry as, oh, that's hurting, oh, that's pain. These are all ways that our body is trying to communicate with us. Either something that we're not looking at mentally, something that isn't quite aligning energetically in our lives, an emotion that we haven't had an opportunity to actually fully process and feel through the body. Emotions are simply just energy in motion, right? And so if we're not letting energy flow through us, if we're not feeling our emotions, they're going to be stuck in our bodies and stored there, and over time manifest as physical pain or physical discomfort. And our bodies are always communicating with us exactly what we need to know in order to realign and come back to homeostasis physically, right? For our nervous systems to come back into an equilibrium. And also in that, for our minds and our bodies and our spirit to come back into alignment. Right? Our bodies are our foundation. It's where we hold truth. It's where we hold memory. It's where we hold our felt experience. Our mind can override a lot of what we feel and what we move through life, because our mind can tell stories and our mind can justify, and our minds are very intelligent, and our minds can weave through a lot of the pain and the discomfort we don't want to feel. But ultimately, right, what we feel, what moves through us in our bodies must be let out, must be met, must be communicated and heard and tended to. And so this is the objective of this practice today. What you will need is simply just yourself, your body, a private space where you can be settled in, uninterrupted, in your own energy. And when you are ready, I'll have you either sitting like I am, cross-legged, or you could also be in a chair, or you could be lying down with your arms just by your sides. And when you have that ready, maybe taking a sip of water before we begin, maybe giving yourself a little stretch as you need. And we're just going to begin to land in by noticing our sit bones on earth, or noticing our spine on earth here. And taking a few deep breaths here through the nose and out through the mouth. Allowing the support beneath us, the floor and the ground beneath us, to receive us. And just allowing your body to sink into where you are in this moment. And slowly, gently closing down your eyes if you have not already, if that feels available. And as you close down your eyes, begin to bring your awareness fully inward. Inward into your breath, the texture and the rhythm of your breath, the pace of it. Notice where it wants to go into, where it feels like it contracts, where it feels like it goes all the way down into. And not trying to fix it or change it, but just noticing. This is a practice of simply observation. And as you let your exhales just drop you deeper into your body and deeper inward, letting go of the mind chatter, letting go of your to-dos, letting go of the day, letting go of all of the things you still have to do today, letting all of that go. Just imagining that it drifts off like leaves in the wind, knowing that it will come back when it needs to. But in this time, you've carved out the space to be in your own energy. and to be speaking with the sacred vessel that is your body. And so just becoming aware here of your skin, becoming aware of the skin that wraps all around your body. You don't have to know how to do this, you just have to become aware. Feel the tingles, any sensations, maybe a lack of sensation that you notice around your skin. Your skin is the largest organ that we have. And as you notice what lives above your skin, in your skin, and below your skin, just observing, I want you to just take a breath and see if you can let your awareness of your skin just expand even more. Noticing where there's a little bit of stuckness or stagnancy, where you're feeling resistant around this. And just seeing if you can let that resistance just soften through your breath. Soften through allowing your mind to tell your body that, oh, I can drop in, I can drop in, I can drop in into the layers beneath my skin. And maybe asking your skin, asking the sensations that you're noticing right now. How are you here for me? And any positive feeling that you're noticing, any softness or openness that you're noticing through your skin, through your cells. Allow that energy also to be a part of your experience. And now we're going to bring our awareness to the top of our head. So we're going to do a body scan all the way down to our toes. And the objective of this body scan is for you to, with each body part, to ask it, to notice first, to observe the sensation there. Any textures, any temperature, any colors, any shapes, any graininess, any stickiness, the quality of the energy that lives in that part of your body, whether it's open or contracted, and I'll guide you through it. And after we observe each body part, we're going to ask it what it wants to deliver us. And where you notice there's more contraction or there's more weight or there's pain or discomfort in that part of your body. And maybe already as you come into this video and this practice, you already know, there are certain parts of my body where I'm carrying inflammation, I'm carrying what feels like, illness or stagnancy in that place. You already know where that is, right? And so we're going to, bring our awareness there when we meet that spot. And also, I invite you to be open to the messages that are present in the other parts of you as well. And often what we'll find is that there is a duality to our felt experience. Sometimes when we are holding a lot of discomfort or pain or even illness, our energy can become very focused on that point of pain, right? It can be our energy can be very localized to that. Whereas actually other parts of our bodies are rebalancing and regenerating for us as well, are supporting us as well, are supporting that part of our bodies. And when we can tune into the messages that other parts of our bodies give us, right, in correspondence to the parts where it may feel heavier and more painful and dense, this is what creates a holistic composition and a holistic understanding of, oh, okay, this is what's happening in my current energy right now. So let's bring our awareness now, staying in the body, bring our awareness to the top of your head. And if it supports you at any point, you can always place your palms very lovingly and gently and compassionately on the parts of the body that we're tapping into as a way of just bringing your awareness there. Sometimes it really just helps us, so we're not like, our minds are trying to focus in on it. So as we start with the top of our head and our scalp, I want you to just take a breath into the top of your head and your scalp. Notice the sensations there. Notice the temperature. Notice any tension, any contraction, any openness, any softness. And just letting your breath, letting your awareness, letting your body land into this localized spot, attuning to its energy, attuning to its being. Taking another breath and asking your head, asking your scalp, is there anything you'd like me to know today? What's present here for me today? Following any intuitive messages that come up for you. Often, when we receive messages from the body, it's not always verbal, it's not always direct language. Sometimes we feel it in a knowing, sometimes we feel it in yes words. Sometimes we just feel what we need to feel and know through the feeling of it, through the sensation of it. So just listening to however that body part wants to communicate with you and just letting whatever wants to arise, whether it's big or small, whether it feels significant or not, to be perfectly enough and exactly what your body wants to communicate to you at this time. None of this is about force. Now let's slowly drift our awareness softly, effortlessly down to our cheeks and our jaw, and perhaps all the way down to your neck. So bringing your awareness here and just taking a breath into your jaw, into your cheeks, into your neck. Taking those breaths until you find yourself zoned into that localized area. And allowing for your mind and your body to just settle into attunement. Noticing the sensations here, colors, textures, temperatures, contraction or expansion. And asking this part of your body, your jaw, your neck, your cheeks, if there's anything here that it wants to show you. Maybe you notice with your throat, there's energy around your jaw. A lot of us have energy locked up in the jaw. And if you're noticing a rise that wants to move through, energy that wants to move through, merge with any part of your body, but especially here, I invite you to really just allow for the energy to flow. So maybe that's through a big exhale, that's through a sound, that's through unlocking your jaw if it needs to. Knowing that those are messages that your body is offering to you as well. Any needs that you get to serve your body in this moment are the messages that you are meant to integrate and hear. Beautiful. Now, bringing that awareness slowly drifting down into your collarbones and your heart space. Taking a big breath into your collarbones and your heart space, your chest. And just feeling that rise and expansion and the fall and the softening, and just fully attuning your mind and your body to this localized area. Noticing what sensations are present for you here today. Perhaps what emotions are here for you today. Our heart being the center of our emotion. Not needing to label anything or make a story from anything, but just simply being and observing and letting and allowing. And with one more breath, deepening into the heart space, expanding that connection right here, and asking your heart, asking your chest, asking your collarbones, what do you have to show me today? What do you want to tell me today? How are you feeling today? Receiving that response with open arms, with an open heart, with an open mind, and letting that response just ground into the rest of your body. Beautiful. Now let's come into your left arm. So just tracing your awareness now up from your shoulder, slowly all the way down your bicep, to your tricep, to your elbow, to your forearms, slowly all the way to your wrists and your fingers. And you might find that you want to move your wrists or move your arms to just bring awareness there. Feel free to do that. I want you to just breathe into your whole arm, noticing how your arm might want to be in stillness or how it wants to move. Noticing any textures, temperatures, colors, feelings, sensations that are running through your arms. Maybe you notice that your shoulders feel different from your fingertips. Just breathing into that awareness. And as you breathe into your arm, your left arm and your left hand here, inviting in the question again of, what do you want to show me today? What do you want to do today? How do you want to move today? What are you carrying for me in here? What have you been carrying for me here? Receiving that response, however it wants to emerge for you, and thanking it for its wisdom. We do this with every body part. So much gratitude. Letting that just integrate, that response integrate. We're going to move on to our right arm and we're going to do the exact same thing. Just noticing your shoulders all the way down to your elbows, all the way down to your wrists and your fingertips, noticing whether your right arm wants to move or whether it wants to stay still in this observation. Knowing that our left and our right arms can be very different and can hold very, very different energies and have very different needs. Our left side is often, not often, is always connected to the feminine. It's our feminine. And our right arm, our right side is connected to our masculine. And so exploring the textures in your arm, exploring the sensations in your arm, exploring the feeling, any temperatures, any colors, exploring the need and the desire and the presence of it. And inviting in once again the questions of, what would you like to show me? What are you showing me today? What do you want to do today? What do you need from me? And what have you been carrying for me? Noticing if the answer is you have been carrying weight. How heavy is that weight? What is within that weight? Does that weight have a form, have a shape? Does it have an origin? Can you hold it? And if you notice with any body part, but especially right here, if there is a weight that you can hold, that you can feel, that feels like an external entity that is on top of you, that you're clinging on to or holding on to, what would it be like for you to explore the sensation of letting it go, even just by 10%, with your breath, letting that weight go, or perhaps even somatically with your hand, with your arm, dropping and just letting that weight land onto the earth. Beautiful. Receiving that response, receiving that wisdom, thanking your right arm for that wisdom. And we're going to come right into here, our stomach. So bringing your awareness to your upper abdomen, your ribs, perhaps placing your hands there. And then also bringing your awareness to your lower abdomen. We're going to do this together. And taking a few deep breaths into your stomach. Feeling it expand with your awareness. Feeling your mind soften with every exhale. Attuning to the mind, the consciousness of your stomach. This is where your solar plexus and your sacral energy centers live. Letting your energy land into your stomach here, taking your time. And as you do, just observing any sensations, any colors, textures, feelings, contraction, expansion, stagnancy, any stuckness, any grumbling or sounds that comes through in your stomach. Becoming so aware, lovingly. And once again, offering it a conversation. What would you like me to know today, stomach? What have you been carrying for me? What am I digesting at this time? What wants to be digested through me? How can I serve you? How can I help you? How can I meet your needs, stomach? And listening to that response, receiving it however it wants to emerge. And taking a breath of gratitude for your stomach. Now we're going to move on to our spine. And so maybe here you want to just move your spine a little bit, left and right, forward and backwards, just very subtly. Maybe bringing a little bit of an undulation through your spine. And bringing a few breaths down your spine. And your spine is where your upper back, your middle back, and your lower back is going to live. And we're just going to slowly bring our breaths down into our spine and also just bring our awareness from our upper back to our middle back and to our lower back, all the way to the lumbar spine. And with each part in your own time, you're just going to notice the sensations there, especially as you allow a little bit of movement. Where do you notice tightness or opening? Where do you notice discomfort? Where do you notice sensations that you can't quite put a name to? The texture of it. And if you find that your spine perhaps wants to move a little bit more vigorously, please allow it to. If you find that you want to come into stillness to observe, allow yourself to as well. Now we're going to listen here to the messages that want to come through from the back of your body. What would you like to show me today? What have you been carrying for me? What are you holding up for me? What would you like me to know? How can I best support you? What do you need? Taking a big breath into your spine, into your back body. Maybe arching your back as you need or concaving it as you need. And just giving it a loving swirl. Just sending it so much gratitude for the way that it holds you up, how it holds your skeleton up, how it does so much work for you every day. Letting whatever wants to be released or uncarried through your back. See if you can let that fall away back into the earth with your exhales and with your energy. Beautiful. We're going to bring our awareness now to our pelvis. Taking a breath into your pelvis. If you are female identifying and you have a womb, I'm going to ask you to also bring your awareness to your womb space. So this is the space just below your stomach and your belly. You can place your palms there as well if that feels supportive. And also towards your glutes around your back, just giving yourself a little massage to bring awareness there. And we're going to take those beautiful breaths there, just attuning deep into that localized place. And just noticing any textures, any sensations, any feelings, any temperatures, any contraction or expansion there. And we're going to ask it, your womb and your pelvic area. Some beautiful questions here, opening up this line of conversation with it. What would you like to show me today? What have you been carrying for me? What have you been carrying for my family? What is alive here that perhaps wants to be birthed, wants to be felt? How might I serve you and how might I support you at this time? Receiving that response from your pelvis and your womb. Taking a big, deep breath into your womb and into your pelvis. A breath of gratitude and appreciation for all that it holds. Our womb, our pelvis is where we keep a lot of our trauma. It's where we store a lot of generational memory as well. And so paying especially a lot of tender care to this part of us. Now we're going to move to our legs. So we're going to start with our left leg again. If you're sitting, you can stretch your legs straight if you desire. Stretch your left leg straight and giving it a little bit of movement if that feels good. And just breathing into your legs, breathing into that hip socket all the way down to your knees, through your thighs and to your calves and into your ankles and your heels and to your toes. And feel free to give yourself a little massage here if you desire. And we're going to do the same thing with our left leg here. We're going to just continue to observe and attune just to the simple sensations and what you might notice in your feet and your legs, whether it's stiff, whether it feels like there's contraction, or whether it feels actually quite limber today. Where you might notice, especially as you press down on spaces like your IT band, where we also carry a lot of tension and stress. Oh, where in my legs do I notice myself carrying a lot of energy? Where am I not taking care and paying attention to what my legs do for me every day? Now we're going to attune to the energy all through our legs, and we're going to ask our left leg here, what would you like to show me? If there is a spot in particular in your left leg that feels contracted or painful or uncomfortable, you can ask that specific spot locally, that sensation right there. What would you like to show me? What would you like me to know? What have you been carrying for me? How can I best serve you and support you at this time? Receiving that response and taking a moment here to breathe back down into your left leg, stretching it out, giving it the movement that it wants to, or the stillness that it wants to, and just thanking it for the way that it walks for you every day and the way it stands for you every day. Now, when you're ready, we're going to bring our awareness to our right leg. So all the way from our hip socket on our right hip to our big thigh, to the knee, to the calf, to the ankle, all the way down to the feet, to the tips of your toes, giving yourself a massage or a stretch or stillness as you need. We're going to take those beautiful few moments of just pure attunement and connection with this localized part of our body. And if there is a part of your right leg that feels tense, more tense or uncomfortable or painful, or you know that you'd like to work with that part of your leg, I'm going to ask that you bring your specific localized awareness deeper into that part. Whenever you're ready, we're going to open up this line of conversation with our beautiful right leg. What would you like me to know today? What would you like to share with me today? What have you been carrying for me? What do you need? And how might I support you and serve you right now? Receiving that response and taking a breath into your right leg, all the way through your right leg, and just letting yourself receive and integrate the sensation, the feeling of attunement, the feeling of connection, the gratitude for the way that your right leg holds you up and walks you every day. And now we're going to take one long, slow, deep breath. And I want this to be the longest, slowest, and deepest breath that you have taken all day. And we're going to take this breath all the way through the body, from the top of our heads. We're going to take it now. Inhale through the nose. Letting this breath slowly expand inch by inch through your whole body, through your arms, through your legs, through the torso, through the spine, into the feet. And we're going to hold it. We're going to hold it at the top. And as we hold it, not for too long, I'm just going to see if you can drop your mind just a little bit deeper into this moment, into the sensation of a breath hold, into this connection with your body, and into this moment. And whenever you're ready, you can let that breath go with a big exhale, allowing sound through your throat. And once more, not trying to change anything or fix anything, we're just going to notice what's present across our whole body as we tune in to our whole being. Maybe you notice that certain parts that were very localized earlier, or parts that you came in with the signal of pain or discomfort or tension, maybe that's shifted or lightened a little bit. Or maybe now you've become more aware of a different part of your body that maybe feels a lot lighter, or that feels really open, or maybe also that feels tense, but that was really asking for you to pay attention to and give love to and tend to. And we're just going to welcome all of it in. I'm going to invite you to bring your arms into a self-embrace, just wrapping your arms around your shoulders, around your rib cage. And I'm going to invite you to drop your chin all the way down, just gently dropping your chin down to your collarbones. And we're going to take 3 slow, gentle breaths in this cradled shape. Just thanking our bodies for this wisdom. Thanking yourself for leading into this practice. Thanking the absolute intelligence of your mind, body, spirit ecosystem. And whenever you are ready, you can come back into our space together fully, giving yourself one last stretch. And what I would really invite you to do coming out of this exercise is to jot down in a notebook or a journal or in your notes what really came up for you with each body part, tracing it through. So your head, your heart, your shoulders, um, your arms, your legs, all of the different parts that we located, especially the ones that felt especially prominent and where there were messages that were louder. I want you to write this all down so you don't forget it. And if you know how to do a body map, I would actually highly suggest this. And a body map is really simply, you can draw a gingerbread man on a piece of paper. And with that gingerbread man, you treat that as a mirrored reflection of you. And so with every part that you notice sensation in or color in or texture in, or even, the emotion correlated, I want you to just illustrate that, color that, annotate it. And this ends up being a really visual depiction of where your energy is sitting in your body and what's really going on holistically. And with that, with this information, we could really start to attune to our bodies. We can start to really serve it in the ways that it's actually asking us to be served, instead of sometimes just taking a painkiller or sometimes just choosing to ignore it or suppress it down, right? Just having this information, this awareness is a superpower. So this is a practice that you could come back to over and over, and I highly recommend that you do. You can come back to it weekly or monthly, whenever you want to do a full body check-in. And from this place, what you choose to do with that information is up to you. It's in your agency. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love for you to leave a comment down below if you went through this practice. How did that go for you? What did you learn about yourself? What did you take away? What are you going to offer yourself that is going to actually serve your body and serve what it's asking from you and serve its needs? Drop that down below here. And as usual, if you have been enjoying Creatrix with Jade, I would love it if you follow my channel, first of all, if you hit the subscribe button, if you hit the like button, and if you share this video, this practice, with anyone in your life who you feel like would benefit from it. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.